blessed to be with Pastor Jack Hibbs here at the Pray Vote Stand Summit. Met with you last year.
Yeah.
And Israel is in the news a lot.
Yes.
So first of all, how do you see this election coming up impacting Israel, the outcome of the election specifically?
Well, I tell you what, my response is going to be from a biblical worldview response. So that being said, Israel has gone through something that they've not seen since the times of the 30s and the 40s. All of a sudden now Israel, May 14th, 1948, is a nation again. And Israel is the front and center piece of news today and increasing. What does this mean? Biblically, everything is right in line. Israel may be attacked and Israel may be despised, but according to the God of Israel, they are not going to be displaced. You and I know that they've got some very, very turbulent times ahead, according to the Bible. But now we're at the point where the United States has the opportunity to be one of the sole friends remaining in the world of Israel. And I got to tell you, America's going to be making a decision in the next several days to vote. And in that vote, I would highly recommend everyone to vote for that candidate that has already proven himself to be pro-Israel. And so to not be pro-Israel, well, I've read the Bible, you've read the Bible, and it doesn't turn out well. I want to be on the right side of Bible prophecy, not on the right side of what is trending.
Israel is so key in many ways, our ally in the Middle East. So, and also in light of what happened at the UN.
Well, there you go.
The Prime Minister was speaking at.
Yeah.
And the U.S. response to that, there was no U.S. presence to be there, or of course we didn't have anyone when the Prime Minister was speaking at the Congress.
That's right. Well, in fact, Vice President...
From the White House specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. Vice President Harris did not even meet with Netanyahu when he was there. She being the president of the Senate, of the Congress, as Vice President, she's president of that. She didn't even show him the respect. But listen, there's this election, people might think it's close in the way of, they're not that far apart. No, they're infinitely divided in policy. And I got to tell you, look, I have a little bit of an inside thing here. I'm a native Californian. We know Kamala Harris. We know. We've lived under her rule and under her decision making. And it's been disastrous. And I guess apparently when we have a bad candidate in California, we ship them off to Washington. But listen, Donald Trump is not Kamala Harris. I know he's not perfect, but I already have one in my life that's perfect, and that's Jesus. Yes. I'm not voting for a pastor, or a priest, or a king. I'm voting for a man who loves America, who defends Israel, and is going to secure our borders. And he's already proven, this should be a slam dunk for the average thinker. I think what's happening is that people are letting their emotions rule even their theology, even what biblical truth is. Their emotions are speaking louder to them, and I'm afraid that people are choosing or being entertained to choose a wrong direction for this country.
It is very disturbing about what is happening.
It is.
So, any final comments you'd like to make about Israel, state of our union here?
I believe that if we don't get it right in this vote, the way this nation has been going over the last 5 to 6 years, if we don't get it right in this vote, that's going to mean we didn't get it right with Israel. Then this is my personal conviction. I've read Deuteronomy chapter 28, that God makes it really clear that if a nation doesn't bless my people, I'm going to cause their crops to fail. I won't visit them with rain. Their borders will collapse. They'll build homes, but others will live in them. There'll be disease and blight upon the land. It's like reading what's happening in our nation today. That said, I'm just asking people, I'm begging people to divorce themselves from the emotions, and even from some guy that seems bombastic with goofy tweets or whatever he says. Vote policy, and this being number one, pro-life. Number two, Israel. You get that right, and God might have mercy on us as a country.
You know, I think also finally about the push for this delusion of a two-state. I hear it often at the White House or State Department.
Yeah,
and somehow they think that's
isn't that something? This is a fool's errand, and what I mean by that is this: the cry for a two-state solution is coming from the very group that has a belief system that we're not going to stop until there is no longer a Jew or a Jewish state. You say, yeah, but we're talking about a two-state solution. What the common Westerner doesn't understand is the march of Islam is to destroy, and it must destroy, Israel. And they're smarter than we are. They're not going to come out flat out and announce it to the Western public as much as they'll say, how about a two-state solution? And if we were to hand them that, Netanyahu, Israel knows this, Israelis know this, in fact, even the Arab world knows this, you give them a two-state solution and nothing will stop. It won't change it. They will not stop until Israel's destroyed. The good news is, you and I know the Bible, that's not going to happen. Israel will not be destroyed. And I really believe that Islam, believe it or not, theologically, there's some tremendous people working to expose the theological foundations of Islam, and it's coming apart. It's coming apart at the seams. There are some very, very critical Islamic apologists. They're Christians, but they know Islam. Got men like Jay Smith, for example, is an Islamic scholar. They're showing that there are so many issues regarding the book, the Quran, when it came together, 4 different authors that brought it together, over 250 years after Muhammad had died. This is all now coming public, and a lot of people are waking up to this. We see it happening in Turkey. We see it happening in Iran, where the younger generations are saying, wait, what's going on? Because they're searching these things out. Listen, Islam has no promise, because Islam has no God. There's only one God, and that's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he has a name. His name is Yah, or Yahweh, or Yehovah. You and I refer to him as Yehoshua, or we say Jesus. Remarkable.
So serious issues to deal with.
Yes.
Pastor Jack, thank you for joining us
Thank
here.
you.
Pastor Jack is with the Chino Hills Calvary Chapel in California. I know you've been speaking out on Israel for quite some time. So.
Yes.
And may God bless Israel.
May God bless you and Israel as well. Thank you.
Thank you.